Live?
Yep.
Or did I even put it on video? I don't know if I, hang on. I'll just do that one. Cool. Hang on. Hang on. Live. Oopsie. I goofed it up. Boink. There we go. Perfect. Okay. There we go. We're doing it. Sweet. And then
I'm going to make a ping.
I have to slightly tilt the mirror so I can actually see the back of my phone a little better. Sweet. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Sweet. Wow. Today's a great day.
Just wanted to let you know.
All right. Let's get this party started.
What up, Captain Nap Girl? It has been a while. Welcome on back. Star Paws, Rexy, Huffle 160. Hello from Iceland.
Wow. How's Iceland?
Yeah, how's Iceland treating you? Dirty Poison's back. Hello. How's everyone's Wednesday? Is the weather as nice wherever you are as it is for us?
It is freakishly gorgeous here. Like almost uncomfortably so, I think I'd say.
Mm-hmm. And the problem too is that I checked the weather this morning and it said 60 and cloudy. So I didn't wear shorts.
Damn, it is beautiful. It's beautiful today. I wish I had your job. It's a pretty sick job.
Yeah.
It's a pretty sick job. We are pretty lucky.
I wish I had my job.
I also wish I had my job. I'm trying to figure out where I can place my iPad for comment reading here that's like not obtrusive to me or y'all, but like I can still. Yo, Sky, thank you so much for the galaxy. I super appreciate it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I super appreciate it. Let me make sure that
it's
stuff
not connected
is.
yet. But go to Galaxy real quick and play them their sound.
Galaxy, where is it?
It's at the bottom.
Where is it? We're playing you your sound. Hang on.
Yeah, it's quite loud. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Thank you. I super appreciate it. There we go. Sweet. I hope you're having a great day, Sky. How are you? That looks so good. Thank you. We're really happy with how these suits are all coming together. They're really beautiful. Oh my God, it's the hat and mustache. Heck yeah. Mwah. That's so funny. I do like that one. I was hoping that we were able to find that sound and I was so happy when we were. It is the perfect sound. Sky says, I'm doing good. Hope you are too. We're living the dream. It's definitely a busy one in the office, you know?
Very busy today.
We're
been busy for the last few weeks and it's not slowing down.
No, I think that's kind of you get about a month out from con and it just kind of gets nutty.
And we have another con a month after that. Probably pretty packed up.
Yeah, I think like if we think that May's busy, June is going to be even.
What the dog doing?
Thank you so much, Nanya, for the corgi. I really do appreciate it. What's the dog doing? Therian Club? No. Thank you, Sky, for the galaxy. Not Therians, just fursuit makers. Thank you, Sky, for another galaxy. Holy cow.
Were you saying something?
No, I guess not.
I like that one.
Thank you, Sky, for another galaxy. Holy cow.
Wow,
Holy cow.
that's so generous. Thank
You are so incredibly generous. For those of you that don't know and who may be new here, all of our gifts and donations go towards our employee snack fund where we get treats for the whole office. How can you make a tail? We actually have a couple of tutorials on our YouTube channel that will walk you through making a tail. I definitely recommend for beginners trying out the one with the curly tail as the image on our video because it gives a bunch of information about just like how to make a tail in general. Even though it does talk about our curly tail pattern, it gives a bunch of information about how you can make your own tail from scratch regardless of the shape. Thank you, Nanya, for the galaxy.
Holy.
Skippy says, great.
Skippy says what?
Thank you, Sky, for the galaxy. Skippy says, it's my birthday today. Thank you, Sky, for the galaxy.
Skippy says what?
Skippy says, it's my birthday today. Can you sing me? Thank you for the galaxy. I really appreciate it.
You know, normally I feel bad about being late to a stream, but I feel like this is going to be a long one. So.
Skippy said that it's their birthday today and asked if we can sing them happy birthday. And I'm going to deny that request simply because I know your birthday was back in January.
Also, if you want noise, Skippy, try a donation.
Yeah, thanks for the roses. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, everyone.
Right now, we're working on a bunch of different projects in the office. We've got pre-made heads getting worked on. I'm working on the face for this one right here. But we've been doing the ears and the necks for these on Monday, Tuesday. This guy has just a few more things until he's done, but I'm pre-K pausing him for a little bit because I'm going to use the last couple of things on him to teach a class in the latter half of this month. And then, yeah, right now I'm working on trimming out these tiny little embroidered muzzle spots that we did for this suit here. This is our German Shepherd pre-made, and then we're also working on a Bernese Mountain Dog. You guys are good makers. I started making my own because of you guys. That's so exciting, dude. I love that a part of like what we do can inspire others to like get creative and try new things, even if they're difficult. I think that's super cool. Find Jesus? Have you lost him? Where did he go? Do they still put the missing posters on like the milk jugs anymore?
I don't know, dude.
I don't know, but you can call
around.
around. They may still do that.
And if not, then step one, contact your local milk carton maker.
Always
Tell them to
contact
get
the
back
milk
on
carton
it.
people first.
Step two, get Jesus on there.
Get Jesus on the milk carton. Or maybe it's Jesus. Maybe they're missing Jesus. We might not know.
It's just a real missing
I hope you
person's
find
case.
him. It's a missing person's case. Now you're joking about Jesus. I would never joke about a missing person. That's very serious.
He's missing.
He's missing. That would
That's
be really
incredibly
insensitive.
insensitive.
Shame on you. Shame.
Be better.
Be better. Go out and look for Jesus yourself.
We got fursuits to make.
We got fursuits to make. Furlandia? I wish. When is Furlandia? I don't exactly remember when. We applied for Furlandia.
Same exact question. I'm looking it up right
We
now.
were waitlisted for Furlandia. And we haven't heard back. They just have such a small dealer's den for the space that they have. And so it's really hard, especially when you're requesting, instead of just like one table, like multiple tables worth of space. It's really hard to get in.
Yeah, we will not be there because that's in a week.
Oh, yeah, no. Won't be there.
23rd, so yeah, about 10 days or so, 10, 11 days.
I hope you have so much fun, though. I've heard Furlandia is a blast. Okay.
Well,
Guess
yeah.
what? Guess what? What religion are you guys? Most of the office actually is not religious, but one of our team members is Catholic. Oops. Nip. I can't believe the new Pope knows what a Chicago dog is.
So
Very
cool.
exciting. Very exciting for the Americans.
Oh, dude, do you remember when we came back and we went and got those hot dogs at that place Tacoma?
Yeah.
They have vegan dogs that we can
That's
go
good
back.
news.
Yeah.
Can someone bring me a pair of small fabric cutting scissors for me to use, please? Thank you. Furlandia's on my birthday. That is super sick. I hope you have an awesome birthday. I will actually also be celebrating my birthday at a furry con, believe it or not. The Stratosphere is over my birthday, and we will be vending at Stratosphere. So definitely come by our booth and say hi if you're going to be in Houston, Texas. We've never been to Texas before, so we're really excited.
Yeah, I can't wait, honestly. It's going to be a ton of fun. I'm going to look for a cowboy hat, guys.
Yes, we're
pretty
both
sick.
very passionate about investing in a cowboy hat. Are you going to be at Denver this year? We will not be at Denver. We got rejected for Denver and waitlisted for Megaplex at the moment. I'm staying confident about Megaplex. I feel good about
We
that
have
one.
time, and I'm hoping that it happens. I'm sending all my positivity. So,
Right? It's like, it's one of those things where there's at least three furry conventions that I know of that fall on the same weekend. That I think it's Memorial Day weekend. And so the other two that are going to be on that weekend have opened and closed dealers applications already, and dealers have already had to accept those applications. And so I'm imagining that these dealers applied for multiple of these cons, like Denver and Megaplex, and have already accepted vending at Denver. And so vendors that kind of overlapped that also ended up getting accepted for Megaplex may have to decline the acceptance they got to Megaplex, which would inadvertently leave some extra space for us to pull up. Grape, I'm commissioning a mini partial dino mask soon. I'm so excited. That is so exciting. I hope you have so much fun.
Well, I found where one of our.
Oh, hey! I was wondering where that went.
I pulled it out of the bag.
There it is. That's funny.
we got a bunch of people saying hello over in the chat. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Joining on in. Grumpy Big Star says that you guys look pretty / handsome. Thank you very much. Have to go, unfortunately. You have a great day, Captain App Girl. Similio, the person that does the really cool art, is back, and they're wondering,
Sick.
what's Memorial Day?
It's a day where everyone who has passed in military service.
Yeah, that's what I imagined. Memorial Day is a day where people who have passed away in the line of duty in the military for our country are remembered. We kind of just go, yay, thank you, our military, and honor the people who have died in the military. Can somebody... Ooh, actually, never mind. I was like, where's my water bottle? I'm kind of thirsty.
I hid it from you.
Sipping. It's very humid here in Houston, Texas. Just warning you. That is good to know. I didn't know if Texas was more of a dry heat type of place or if it was a moist heat type of place.
Is there more than one live channel going? Yeah, we have TikTok right now, Twitch, and YouTube as well. Shout out to my YouTube homies.
How do you go about letting people join your team? This seems so cool and a dream. Every once in a while, when we need to, we don't do it super duper often, we will open applications on just job search websites online, depending on what type of candidate we're looking for. And
We do also work with a lot of different artists.
Yeah.
We do a lot of online stuff as well, people that make music. So, absolutely, if anyone's ever interested in doing any work in general, we love getting to reach out to people in the community.
That is a fantastic point.
Everything's looking great. Cool to see y'all's process. Thank you. Much appreciated.
I've been saving for months to get a fursuit from you. I wish you the best of luck. I wish you the best of luck. We are doing more pre-mades here in the coming next few years, I think. I'm really excited about what we've got in store for the company coming up. It'll be good stuff. Awesome. I'm 17 and I feel like I have so much potential. I'm just surrounded by a lot of hate with people I love. Just keep doing you. Just keep doing you. I promise, as you age, people get way more chill.
And as you get older, you have much more choice of who you want to be around. So,
Absolutely.
even if there are still lame people, you just don't have to deal with them eventually.
Yeah, and that is the cool thing. Once you grow up, you get quite a bit more autonomy over your life and the people that you spend time around and all that stuff.
Just make sure they're worth it.
Absolutely. Your time in the day is finite. Make sure you utilize it doing things that you love, surrounded by people that you love. Damn, this is kind of jamming. Do you mail stuff? All the time. We ship out, gosh, probably, what, 100, 200 packages a week?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Canadian Fursuit Maker here. Love your work. Thank you so much. How do you go about your pre-made designs? Are your pre-made designs made by you?
Sometimes, more often than not, no. This Hellhound I designed, but most of the time we work with other artists who specialize in designing cool stuff and have them design our characters for us, or we buy like pre-made designs from artists that they're selling, and then we turn those into fursuits. Oftentimes we get a design and there'll be like small altercations and changes to it before we end up making it. Sometimes we add like fun markings. Other times we have to like change up some existing markings because not everything translates from 2D to 3D perfectly all the time. And so there is a lot of like slight adjustments that need to be made sometimes to make stuff work. Where's your name come from? I get this question a lot, and I feel like a lot of people just think there's like a cool meaning behind it. It didn't come from anywhere cool. I just thought it was cute. Our mascot's name is Grape, and I was like, how can I make that like a funny username? We get the vast majority of our fur fabrics from Big Z Fabric and Howl Fabric. Do you have kid-size fursuits? Unfortunately, we only build fursuits in larger sizes at the moment. We don't actually work directly and sell directly to kids. We do ask that in order to commission us for custom work or purchase work from us in general, you be 18 or older. But that being said, while we won't work like for custom work commission-wise through like parents of minors, if your parent wants to purchase one of our pre-made suits for you, that is also an option.
Why are my Twitch alerts not seeming to work?
When do
Actually,
commissions
wait.
open
Oh,
again?
that makes
We
sense.
don't currently have an ETA for our commission opening at the moment. We are going to take a little bit of a breaky break when we finish our current round of commissions and kind of work on pre-mades. I also want to do some educational content, and maybe we will reopen custom work down the line a little ways.
I was like, I wonder if the stream started yet, and then saw it on my For You page. Instantly clicked.
Heck
Thank you
yeah.
for coming back and hanging out.
Happy to have ya.
Is the music too loud? These drums are very intense, and they keep changing, and it's frustrating.
Where do I buy some of your stuff? A great place to shop is on our website, which is spiltgrapesoda.com, and there's a little shop button up there. We also have an Etsy store under Spilt Grape Soda if you're interested. We always kind of encourage people, if they can, to shop on our website store instead, because Etsy fees are crazy town, and we avoid a lot of those Etsy fees by having people shop through our website store instead.
Our Twitch bots are back.
Dang.
Us that we can buy followers again. Thank you, Twitch bots.
Thank you, Twitch bots.
Not interested.
Why would I pay for followers when I get them for free?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys like Insane Clown Posse? Just curious. I'm gonna be real, I've never listened to any of their music. Do you like Insane Clown Posse?
No,
No.
not for me. But I think at least one of the members of Insane Clown Posse seems to be like a pretty chill dude.
That's good.
I think isn't his daughter a furry?
Yeah, I think it's like Violent J or whatever. And he got a fursuit to like look like his own face painting, which is kind of cool. Do you know who Bagel? I do not know who Bagel. I'm sorry.
It is Violent J's child that's a furry.
Cool.
Shout out Violent J.
Shout out Violent J.
Come kick it.
I think at one point he went to Anthrocon, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not vibing with the music choice either right now. We're changing it up.
Dylan's a hater. Dylan's a hater.
These drums, consistent switches on the beat, is just like absolutely destroying my ears.
I didn't even notice.
I was gonna say, I think Dylan's the only one who did.
Oh, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up? It's nice to see you, Spencer. How are you doing?
Now is it just playing nothing? That's cool too.
You get weird drums
Chaos
or nothing?
or silence. That's our choices. Oh gosh, why is that so loud? Careful, headphone users.
Have you ever made a chinchilla? I have not made a chinchilla, but that does sound pretty cool. It hasn't even popped up. Sky with the galaxy again. Thank you so much. It's always when you least expect it. That is, it kind of sneaks up on you. That's so funny. You should. Number one animal. I do enjoy a good chinchilla. They are pretty cute.
Yeah, they are pretty great.
Yeah, you can't like actually bathe them. Their fur is so dense that they can't like dry out properly. And so they just mold. I wish I could work at a fursuit shop. There isn't any in Minnesota. I have the solve. I have the solution to the lack of fursuit shops in Minnesota. it was the same thing when I wanted to work making fursuits in Washington and there wasn't a fursuit shop. You make one. Hacks. Ooh, I want to scoot back a little bit. There we go. Would you ever do a cryptid caribou hybrid with large antlers? I would definitely do that. That sounds pretty cool.
Oh, they do.
I've had them for years. I have 3 currently. That is so cool. That's so cool. I love chinchillas. I like seeing them in like pet stores and stuff. I've never gotten the opportunity to pet one, but I will leap at my first given opportunity to pet a chinchilla. I've heard they're just insanely soft. My partner's sister had one growing up, which is pretty neat. I live in Ireland. There's absolutely no furs here. Really? That surprises me. I feel like there would be furries in Ireland. Very true. I'm only 17 though, so it's going to be a few years. Well, I think it is so important to start learning as young as you can, start sewing and making stuff, because time is the only thing that everybody gets the exact same amount of in the day. And I think that the earlier you start learning how to do stuff, the more advantage you have as you grow. I only started making fursuits when I was 18. What's the cheapest you've sold fursuit head for? $500. That's my very first suit I ever sold.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the new video.
Oh, heck yeah. I was super happy with how that video came together. It just looked really, really good. It was super cohesive. I'm 13, and I started making fursuit things at 11. That's pretty sick. Yo, thank you for the dolphin. I really appreciate it.
You guys seen the pink dolphins?
The pink dolphins? Yeah, I think I've seen pictures of like real pink dolphins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How come some of them look so weird?
You can't say that. You can't just call dolphins weird.
It looks like you just put like a fat person body on a dolphin and they're all like wrinkly and weird looking and like...
Dylan just wants to be mean to dolphins.
Really? No, I like dolphins. I'm not a hater over here. It's just...
I mean, I think we should be
That's what
I've seen
bullying looks like.
Some absolutely weird looking dolphins.
Did you get any hate for selling fursuits? I think that was the insanely delayed dolphin sound. Thank you. And then, or maybe that was the sound activation for the hand heart that they just sent. I don't know, it's hard to know. Sometimes they're like super on time, sometimes they're a little bit late. Thank you so much for the gifts though, I really appreciate it. But yeah, no, we get people being mean all the time selling fursuits. It's no biggie though. I get to do arts and crafts for a living, so who's really the loser? The people bullying me in comment sections? Or the person who gets to do crafts every day? Hey there, I ordered some stuff off of your Etsy a week ago. When do you normally ship out orders? We ship orders daily, but depending on what you ordered, there's different processing times. And so I don't know if like in your purchase history, you can see the estimated ship dates, but I know for a fact that on the listings, you can see the estimated ship dates when you order. And then when you finish placing your order, it'll give an estimated ship date. Some of the stuff that we have takes us time to like physically make, and so that stuff will have like a longer processing time compared to items that we already have on hand, which have like shorter processing times. So anything like 3D printed eye blanks, we have to make those if we don't already have stock of them. And then, because like Dylan is cleaning up the eye blanks right now, we get them printed and then we go through and clean them up and make them nice and package them and all that stuff. We also we have a longer processing time for like custom eye mesh, because we have to either draw that or draw it and sublimate it or just sublimate it. it really depends. Item to item is different processing time. I think our longest processing time is like a month, and that's for custom fursuit parts. Should I get a frog hat of yours? I feel like you should get a frog hat, but I'm biased. I really like frogs. How much are your guys' head prices? I'm trying to find a reasonably priced maker for my first head. Well, I'm gonna be real. We are definitely on the higher end of the fursuit price range. Our heads start at 5,000 USD and go up with complexity of your project. But I will say there is a lot of super talented makers out there who are smaller and sell their heads for less money. I definitely recommend checking out the Dealer's Den. You can also get like pre-loved suits on the Dealer's Den for like less money as well. There's some really good prices out there. Absolutely love y'all's work. I'm binge watching your tutorials because I want to try making my own suits. Heck yeah, I hope that you learn something cool and new. I think the really great thing about the tutorial videos that we produce and release on YouTube is like, even if you're not like gonna get the pattern and follow the pattern, I try to chock it full of so much just like generically helpful information for like working with this material. So highly recommend, if you haven't already, to go check out our tutorial content on YouTube. It is pretty darn handy. Love the yellow and gray one, is so pretty. Thank you. He is not quite done, but definitely getting there. He still needs all of his like mouth detailing. He needs like a tongue and teeth and all of that. He needs to be trimmed up and blended a little bit, like by hand with some scissors. He's gonna get eyelids and an additional hairpiece, and then I have to attach his neck to his head. It's not fully attached yet. It's just kind of pinned in place at the moment. But he's close, he's close. I think my goal is to get a little farther on these other suits that I'm working on, and then I'll circle back to him. Yo, this is a different angle than on YouTube. Awesome. Yeah, no, I'm trying out utilizing my phone for the TikTok stream today. Normally we just stream with the same camera that we're streaming with YouTube and everything from. But I'm like, I'm trying it out. I'm trying it out.
Maple Dash is back in here.
Yo!
Hello.
Welcome back, Maple Dash. Nice to see ya.
Mary says, make that bag, you guys.
Thank you,
Can
Mary.
do, Chief.
Anything for you, bestie.
Flaming Gator says, I bought a used suit and character, and I love them.
Flaming Gator. I love that. That's a great username. No, I think purchasing a suit that someone else has purchased before you and worn, I think is a super great way to get into stuff for a lower cost, and also have something that's a pre-established character oftentimes, so you'll get like artwork and stuff that comes with it, which is pretty neat. Yesterday I put down the payment for my first suit. Thank you for the hat and mustache. I appreciate it. But this is what I work for. Haha. I hope that you have so much fun. Commissioning a suit or buying your first suit is always like such a nerve-wracking but like exciting experience. I think it's pretty sick. Nothing like your first time.
Aki Kitty says, to the person wanting their first suit, also suggest joining a chat or Discord for your state. You can potentially find a local maker through that. And you could also save on shipping. True. Sometimes shipping out those big suits can be...
I also recommend, as dorky as it sounds, going on like Facebook and looking up like groups in your state for like furry stuff as well. Any suit that you like making the most, like a critter that you don't usually get. I really enjoy making Dutch angel dragons, and I've never actually been commissioned for a Dutch angel dragon. I've just done pre-mades of them. But I love making Dutch angel dragons. I find them so fun because they're busy. They got a lot going on. So I definitely can appreciate that. Are you a furry? I am a furry, but actually the vast majority of my office are not furries.
Although I will say, the longer I work here, it just gets a deeper and deeper hold on my life every day. So
It's kind of like pink eye, a little bit contagious, lot contagious, once you get exposed. Do you have any fursuits of your own? Yeah, I have quite a few fursuits. I don't actually, unfortunately, get the chance to wear them super often, which makes me pretty sad because I am just so crazy busy with work.
yeah, it's like at cons we're at the dealer's den for the majority of the time, or setting up or tearing down for the dealer's den. And then when the den closes, we like to try to go make content and stuff like that. And then also when you've been like at the con, already for like 8 to 10 hours doing work, sometimes the play is like just going and chilling at your hotel hot tub. Sometimes it's finding a good restaurant locally in a place you haven't been. So, but I do plan on trying to get, especially at Anthrocon, because it's such a big con everyone looks forward to try to get a little bit more time checking out the con itself. And so it's going to be pretty big. So.
Yeah, I love Anthrocon. I think it is probably my favorite furry convention I've attended.
I always hear such good things about it, so I'm very excited to go out there and to experience the con a bit more.
Hayden asks, how much does the dragon head in the back sell for? So that suit is a pre-made suit. It's going to be for sale at Stratosphere. And I am not 100% settled on the price yet, but I think that we're probably going to sit at $8,000 for that one. It comes with a head, hand paws, and a tail. Probably between like 7.5 and 8 is where that one's gonna sit.
Rat and Green Tea says, hello, how's the stream?
Wow. Pretty darn good.
I said I've had a rough day. I'm glad to see you guys live. Glad
Very
you're
settled.
Here. Hope the stream is nice and chill or loud and fun. Either way, they go either way sometimes.
I can go back and forth.
Yeah, it's kind of been in between today. So, but I hope it's a good one for you. Have you ever made a tanuki or raccoon fursuit?
I've made a raccoon, but I have not made a tanuki. No. Have you seen the fursuit head of Legoshi that was given to the voice actor? I have. That was a super cool suit. I love that the design of the fursuit follows like the style of the show. I think that's pretty creative. Going through and meticulously like trimming around the muzzle spots so the fur doesn't impede their shape at all. I don't want to hide them. They're so beautiful. I work so hard on them. Have you ever collabed with a famous furry? I don't do a lot of collabs, so I guess not, no. I prefer to be a free agent.
But we're always open to hear people out. So if anybody would like to collab, hit us up. Let us know.
Do you hand sew the entire head? I hand sew all of the front of the face in particular. I find that I've done both. I've machine sewed the face and I've hand sewed the face. I definitely have like enough of a handle on my machines to be able to machine sew the face, but I've found that hand sewing the face really helps like minimize seams and makes them far easier to hide. So I will hand sew the entirety of the face of the suit, yeah. super gently pick individual fur fibers out of my seam here that I embroidered on. Because all these little muzzle spots, we used our embroidery machine this morning to make them. They're super cute. I'm really happy with how they came together. But I gotta make sure that the fur fibers that we trapped when we embroidered them are free. And I gotta trim them as well so that they sit all nice and pretty around these muzzle spots. You gotta pluck them out by like just a handful of fibers at a time, because if you don't, you'll end up either ripping the fur fibers like apart or tearing them out of the backing, which leads to ugly bald spots. So you can only do a few of them at a time, and you gotta very gently pull them out from under the stitching. Ah. They are almost all free. Right.
Mine went down just a little bit.
Are you loud?
Potentially. Okay, testing. Which one am I? And that's not helping. Do you want to say something?
Say something.
Awesome.
There we go. Gently adjusting the mic volume.
All right, everyone. I should be a little quieter so it's not so tappy over there.
All right, there we go. Perfect. Do you also make badges? No, I am actually not much of an artist when it comes to drawing. I can do a little bit, and I'm definitely working on improving, but I prefer to draw for myself. And I certainly do not think I am at a point in which I should sell my artwork as like custom badges and stuff. I kind of just like to draw for fun. I also have a bad habit of perpetually monetizing my hobbies, and that's something that I gotta knock off. I don't think that's healthy.
Although there are wonderful artists at most cons, Dealer's Den, and Artist Alley, and all that stuff, that absolutely have wonderful badges available. And people do them online.
Yeah, there's a bunch of talented artists out there.
Oh, yeah. No worries on asking questions, Nerd Wizard. Glad to have you here.
Do you guys have any blue and purple cattails? I don't have any on hand, but we do have commissions for custom tails perpetually available, and cattails are one of the patterns that we offer. We have that available on our Etsy and also our website, and our website actually has them for a little bit. Thank you for the hand heart.
But I turned these all down today, by the way, guys.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Our website actually has them for a little bit cheaper than our Etsy store because we get to save on Etsy fees. So if you want a slightly better price for your fursuit item, hop on over to our website store. It's spiltgrapesoda.com. Nip. Nip. Perfect. I'm so happy with how these muzzle spots come together. They're just gorgeous. They're gorgeous. Perfect. All right, I'll give the cameras a closer look. Here you go. TikTok. I don't know what's in focus for you, but we embroider all these little edges, and then the inside has a bunch of little darts that we sew together. And here you go. YouTube and Twitch. There's our inside with our little darts, and then the outside has, catch the light, there we go, the embroidered edges, and then Minky in the middle, and they look so good. And they're super sturdy too, which is hella nice.
Pancake Squirrel is back.
Dude, Pancake Squirrel. Shout out. What an icon. There's our funky pattern piece.
Smilio's asking about, is there a way that they can overcome their fear of sewing machines? Like most things, you just need to practice and put yourself out there a little bit, try new things, but definitely go at your own pace, be careful.
And start with like easier fabrics to work with, like cottons, non-stretch stuff. I do think it is important and valuable to have like a healthy amount of fear of any tool, because it leads you to making smart decisions when working with them, but that's kind of the thing with sewing machines is, so long as you're smart and you keep the fleshy things away from the pointy bits, you'll be fine. In all my years sewing, like as a fursuit maker, I have never like seriously injured myself with a sewing machine. I have more commonly injured myself with hand sewing needles and like X-Acto knives than I ever have with a sewing machine. I think the worst I've gotten on a sewing machine is I smushed my finger a little bit when the side of the needle, like I've never poked myself with a sewing machine. It was just the little side of the needle, like the part where you tighten the needle in, just came down and my finger was a little too close and it smushed my finger, and it didn't even hurt for an extended period of time. It was like, ow, in the moment. And then after I freed my finger, it was ow for like 10 minutes and then it didn't hurt anymore.
Yeah, just go slow. Start with small stuff, use your fabrics. Take your time, be patient.
Look how great that looks. Check that out, Dylan.
Oh, wow.
Kronspy. Here we go, chat. It's kind of hard to see on screen because the contrast isn't super duper good, but yeah, I don't even think you can see super well on stream. You're just gonna have to trust me when I say in person, it looks really, really good. But when we have the bright like light from the windows and then just dark on dark, we've got black Minky on a dark brown fur. It's hard to see. You're just gonna have to trust me on that one. It looks really cool. I'm so happy with that. Hell yeah. All right, another one.
Yeah, good work.
Hi, Corbin the Wolf. Nice to see you. I hope you are well. It is a gorgeous, freakishly gorgeous Wednesday here in Washington State. The weatherman was wrong about today. They said it was going to be a little bit brisk, and they were just incorrect. It is lightly toasty.
Think you know somebody.
Think you know somebody, and they lie to you.
Dude.
He gets on air and lies to your face.
Yeah. Pretty messed up.
For those of you just popping in, welcome. Right now, we are working on a few different things. I am trimming out some muzzle spots that we got embroidered earlier today and sewing up the forward portion of the muzzle on this German Shepherd suit. Dylan is cleaning up eye blanks for a bunch of Etsy orders. Darby is prepping a bunch of tails and adding tags, and eventually we're gonna barcode them and add them to our system. So Darby is working on getting all those tails ready with tags and then also prepping them with stuff to help them attach to our displays at cons. So it's just one less thing we have to do at a convention. Lauren is working on the same thing I am, but feet paw sized, and preparing some plantigrade feet paws. And then our newest staff member in the back, that's Esme. YouTube and Twitch can see Esme. Hi, Esme. Esme is working on feet paws as well. Hell yeah. Love to see it. Beautiful.
Yeah, the dogs are working in the office today, bro. Tons of feet.
Hell yeah. Feels good to roll through stuff and accomplish things and get stuff done.
You don't need to apologize for being late. We appreciate you stopping by, Kyrie. Enjoy the stream.
I need to buy new eye blanks from you. The last ones I bought don't fit. Oh, I'm so sorry. Definitely always double check. I was like super meticulous in getting like really accurate measurements for our listing description. So we have height, width, height, and then depth, as well as the diameter of the like pupil hole. I never know what to call it. Is the eye hole, the sclera hole, the hole, because it's not the eye socket, right? It's the hole, the hole. We have that measurement too. So definitely always double check before you order, because it always doesn't feel good to get eye blanks in and then realize that they're not going to work for your project or anything in general. That's always a rough feeling. The hole. What are you working on? I am working on trimming out the embroidery that we did earlier today for the muzzle spots on this suit. I'm kind of getting a little obsessed with muzzle spots. I just really love to make them. And they're not too difficult either. It's like, yeah, it's a little more time consuming to do, but I think it adds so much to the overall vibe of the suit that it's so worth it. We got a giggle fest in the back.
Yeah.
It's an I'll tell you off stream giggle. Okay, all right. Jeez. I just hear in the background.
It's not even that funny.
I think they just like to giggle at this point.
This is a very serious office.
Sorry, am I messing
Yeah,
up?
this is a giggle-free zone.
Yeah.
Fun-free, giggle-free.
You gotta be the sitcom background characters. You gotta have someone.
Yeah, we gotta have like a sign where I can like click it on. It's like laugh, and it's like the appropriate time to laugh, or like aw, and we can just have that. We need one of those.
We just need to make our own, like the guy does in Shrek.
Oh yeah.
I could just have a soundboard, but what's the fun of that?
Right. We can hire like a college student or something to just hold up the signs.
I like that.
Oh, my dad's visiting. Can he open the door?
More stuff for me to barcode.
He's frustrated. You might want to let him in, Darby. He cut his finger the other day, the one that he used to scan the door, and so it hasn't worked. Hi, Dad.
I just feel defeated.
I did 3 of those before. I'm like, all right, I should go and help you. Keep going. There's a lot.
Oh, a graphic novel for your son. It would be cool to make, though.
Ooh, I love graphic novels.
Yeah. And Smilio's also been working on some music.
Ooh.
And making some cover art.
Who's been working on music?
The artist graffiti friend that we
Oh!
have. Yeah,
They're so
Smilio.
cool.
Very talented, very cool stuff they make.
Oh,
You should definitely join our Discord so you can like show us your music and stuff. That would be pretty sick.
Yeah, and then you also have wonderful art. You can put it in the art creation.
We're
channel,
live
people
streaming.
hype
Do you want to say
up.
hi to the
Nice.
live stream?
Definitely works.
Boo. Tomato, tomato, tomato. Hi. It's nice to see you.
you too, Sarah.
Yay. Ah, my ears.
Oh no!
My ears. They're bald. They were fake. The internet can't know my ears are fake. It's nice to see you.
Perfect. I like it with a bit of shrubbery.
Right? I grew it myself. If a plant can photosynthesize, I feel like I should also be allowed to. Perfect. Oh, they're sideways. Hang on.
So it would actually be good to be feeling green.
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I feel like most people in Washington could benefit from learning how to photosynthesize. So we don't get a lot of sun here. It'd be nice to be able to soak it in.
Secondary supplemental, like nutrition.
What tool have you got there?
I think it's called a deburring tool, I
That looks
believe.
new and fancy.
Yeah, it's very nice. Makes doing the
And a bit
edges
safer.
much
than-
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I used to be such a hater on furries, but I've come to love them. Yeah, that's usually the track for most people, most furries even. It's like, this is cringe and dumb. It's like, oh wait, no it's not. I think most of us in the office have gone through that phase of like, ew, cringy furries, and now we all work for a fursuit making company. Bye Dad, love you, see you
Have a
later.
good one. Thank you.
But yeah, no, normal. And it's like, I get it. I definitely do. I'm not gonna like shame people for going through that process because furry is bizarre and there is weird internet rumors about furries, especially in the last like 6 years, 6-7 years. There's been like a lot of really intensely perpetuating ugly furry rumors that have floated around. But it's like, honestly, fundamentally, there's so many cool furries, and it's like furries as a concept is just so special and awesome. And I think it allows people who are awkward or maybe don't find community where they live to like come into a space and like find other funky weird people and enjoy community. I think furry has a lot of very, very special aspects to it. But yeah, it's so creative and artistic, and I love that shit. And I'm very thankful to the furries who came before me for fostering an environment that now I get to make my livelihood every day, because that kind of fucks.
I sent out the Discord link. Hopefully people are able to join on in. Similio says that they're in Russia and Discord is banned.
Rough.
So they do have it, but they have to use a VPN. when
That's
they're getting on.
wild. I didn't know Russia had
I didn't
banned
know that,
Discord. The more you know. I can't say much. The United States government wants to ban TikTok. So.
Yeah, we're all. U.S. politics right now are very tumultuous time.
Russia core.
Yeah, it's very Russia core. Yeah,
We're so alike.
our leaders get along, so there's that.
Chaotic creatures, OMG, hi. Hi. How do you make those? They're so cool. Hard work and dedication. I like your tattoos. Me too. We are so in sync. I love my tattoos. I definitely want to get more. It's been a hot second since I've got any tattoo. I think it's been, gosh, a couple of years. That feels right to me. I've had tattoos that I've been wanting to get, needing to get, and it's like, I just don't have time. And I prefer to get my tattoos in like fall, winter, when it's like cold and crummy outside. It's just easiest to take care of them then. You're not swimming, you're not exposing them to a bunch of sun as they heal. So we're out of season right now for me to get tattoos. So I've got to wait again.
So you all know what is coming up? Scuba season.
Scoobin'. What are our goals, Dylan?
We want to get scuba certified during the summertime. So hopefully, I'm imagining after July.
Right? Yeah.
Probably the play, because we have people coming to hang out after we already are going to Anthrocon at the beginning, and then it's my birthday at the end of the month, so I might be going to do stuff. So we're figuring it all out.
Yeah. May and June are really, really chaotic months for us at the moment.
And
So we're just
July
kind of,
also is.
and then July also, we've kind of booked that one out already. So we're going to start to have like free time, probably Augusty.
Yeah.
Walks away with suspiciously fursuit-shaped
Ooh.
head trench coat.
Let me fix it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Saying the invite link's not working.
Oh, is it not? We may have dropped out of like the amount of people for the custom invite link.
Got it. Don't worry, guys.
Dylan's a pro. He'll handle it. Okay.
Sending you a text. Don't worry.
I have time.
Nibble, nibble, nibble. This is so meticulous, but I think it's so worth it.
No, our custom invite link.
These muzzle spots look so good on the suit head when they're all done.
Why did it caps lock something I already typed? What? Chill.
I love the mask in the back. Me too. It is so close to being done. I'm really, really happy with how it all came together. And honestly, the video doesn't do it justice. It's super sick in person. Now we gotta do eyelids for it. We gotta do another hair poof. It's gonna have some swappable hair poofs. I have to do just some detail blendy, trimmy stuff with scissors for fur to just make it look proportional and nice. I have to do all of the stuff in the mouth, so it needs teeth and a tongue. And then it also needs some liner around the lip. And then I've got to attach the neck to the head, because those are still separate at the moment. But once that's done, it should be finished up, which is super, super exciting. How much are they usually? So our pre-made suits, I may have to take a pre-K pause. Our sharpening guy just pulled up. So as soon as he comes, I'm gonna go deal with that.
Yeah, sounds like a plan.
Can I get all of the scissors gathered up, please?
Yes. Just the good scissors?
Yes, just the ones that we just had sharpened.
Then you have
And then you have the baby ones, right?
Yeah, I got the babies.
We did see that stuff.
Sweet.
Very crazy.
Do you want the other scissors?
Yes, I do. Yes. Hey, Darby, do you want to babysit stream while I'm out?
Okay, yeah. What do you care that I do? Just sit.
Hang.
Hey.
Or, you know what? You could trim this embroidery.
Okay.
Yeah, honestly.
And then when I run out of things to do, I'll start doing other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I get mic'd up.
Wow. Microphone.
Crazy.
This is Darby.
Mm.
Many of you know her. Many of you love her.
Right.
And Marlon's back.
You got him. You
They
got
are
him.
probably not gonna be
Do
here
you want
very
this one
long.
too?
I
It is
need
very
You
late.
need that one.
But thank you for stopping by.
Will those work?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Just a moment. I will be right back.
All right, Darby. You got the TikTok crowd today.
Okay. I don't talk a lot, so I will try very hard.
Yeah, sharpening guy comes through, sharpens all the scissors, blades, etc.
Hello, Salem.
Pine for Thought says, hi, Darby. The Hellhound is so fun. Yeah, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. It's been really nice.
We lived. We're off of
TikTok.
TikTok.
The authentication went through and we didn't get it in time.
Okay, let me fix that. TikTok just got trolled. Yeah, that's why you don't watch where I tell you to, gang. Like,
This is what happens when I get on. Technology
Aw,
smells
you
me and goes,
just break
no.
stuff, dude.
I always
Good
break
job.
things. Oh, my ears are so lopsided. Or is that just the bun?
And this is why everyone should be watching on YouTube and Twitch. Do most people, when they're streaming from TikTok, just sit there and hold their phone or something? Like,
I don't know.
What's the point?
I don't know how that works. Welcome back, TikTok.
Yeah, Pine for Thought, you know the deal. You guys are much cooler.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody. He's gonna make him pointy again. Oh,
I'm in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I gotta go. No worries, Marlon. It's very late for you. I hope stuff in France is going well.
Oh, they're in France?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's like 12:45 a.m. Yeah.
Sleeping time.
Time to get some sleep. I can't judge, so I don't sleep.
Yeah. Bad example.
I got stuff to do. Places
Why-
to go, people to see.
Why did the live end? It was just we didn't poke the screen in time.
I got it
Do we
back
have
on.
to restart the TikTok live?
Yeah.
I unfortunately, where I'm sitting, cannot even see it on the mirror.
Yeah.
So
It's honestly, it's small potatoes. It's whatever.
Oh. Hello, everyone on TikTok.
So I'm curious, what's everyone gonna do this weekend, chat? Anything fun? I'm planning on moving and hanging out with my homie Hunter.
Nice.
Potentially.
Reflecting that was
Man.
Yeah.
Somebody who's in the Navy, not me, Hunter. I know that he'll appreciate being mentioned on the very live stream. So.
Okay. The model. You know what base we use for this one?
They're not inherently like
I believe it's just slim.
Slim?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So.
that's a slim for this friend right here.
Also, I'll try to get
Species.
some bases rolling out in about a week. As I was making bases last week, some of my equipment broke, so I had to stop.
Species. I believe it's a slim base that it was made on. I thought that's what you were asking.
Oh, that's a hellhound.
Hellhound,
And then
yes.
what base is it on?
Both of these are on the slim base.
Yeah. I think it auto-corrected to something else.
Can I stream doing some theater shows? That's cool, Pancake Squirrel. Our chats are always doing such different artistic things. I love seeing it. Have an urge to draw, says Crash Spray Can. Thank you. That's quite the name. I like that. And yeah, if you have the urge to draw away, my friend.
How did we make the horns?
We didn't make the horns. The horns are from Dream Vision Creations, and they are done through resin slush casting off of real impala horns, which is pretty cool.
I hope you guys heard that. Ooh.
Wow. Beautiful. Gorgeous. All right, I'm down to trade for you spots again.
Okie dokie.
Because in order to move forward on that, I gotta wait for my left-handed scissors. Oh my goodness, Sky! Oh, thank you. Oh, we need to, I think, reconnect
Oh, yeah?
the
What did they send?
Because we restarted stream. Thank you, Sky, for the galaxy. We super appreciate that. You're super awesome.
Should we play them with some loud mouth
Yes.
for them?
Yes, can you do that for me?
Yeah, I can handle that.
Wow. Thank you, Darby, for subbing in. I appreciate you.
The order's on the way. Pancake Squirrel says I want to work on my new painting
Thank
style,
you.
but also know I'm going to be slow. Don't worry, being patient is very good when it comes to learning new skills. Nobody starts a pro. Pretty Poison says late, but I'm going to be vending at a... Oh, there we go. I don't even have to move.
Thanks,
Come
Sky.
in touch, guys.
The galaxy. Dude, it gets me. It gets me when it comes out of nowhere. It gets me.
I don't have to move it. It definitely will make
Thanks.
Liz, that's for sure. So
I am freakishly jumpy. If I'm in my own world and like focusing on something and my partner comes in and he's like, "Hey baby, how are you?" I'll scream.
sorry, Pine for Thought. Yeah, the noises are definitely back in effect today. So Jesus headphones.
Oh yeah, we're headphone users.
Trust me, if it's loud for you, it's on a massive speaker.
Thank you,
right behind
Sky.
me. So, well,
Yeah, we
tiny
got our
speaker,
mega boom
loud
speaker
noise.
turned
Yeah.
all the way up directly behind us.
Screaming in chat. Way to scare the shit out of me, guys. Anything for you, Nerd Wizard. As I was saying, Dirty Poison's gonna be vending at a Fey market. That's really cool. Wonderful.
A Fey market?
That's what it says.
F-A-E?
Yep.
That's so sick. It's like a fairy themed market. That's so cool. What are you going to be selling at the Fey market? Traps for fairies? That's what I would sell. You got to always stay prepared.
Jeez, here we go.
Thank you so much for the galaxy. Sky, holy shit. You are so generous.
Yeah, seriously, thank you so much.
Kitty asks, so if I send a gift, what happens? So we have we have a system hooked up so that any gift over 199 coins and up will make a variety of obnoxious noises. So
I will say that a lot of them will have the same noise because I just set individual sound alerts for every single gift that's above 199.
which is like hundreds.
Why are there so many? It
Hundreds
took so
of
long.
gifts. So yeah, gifts over 199 send a noise. And so if you send us a gift, you could make it loud.
Oh, don't worry, Pancakes, bro. I'll just accept you into the server. You're good, bro.
Shout out Pancake Swirl. Thank you so much for the roses, Sky. I do super appreciate you. The first time we did this, we had it set up so that any gift did a noise, and we quickly realized that was a mistake, and we shouldn't do that. So we've made these adjustments to...
What the dog doing? What the dog doing? What the dog doing?
No.
What the dog doing?
Oh, no.
What a dog doing? Thank you, Salem, for the 4 corgis. We really appreciate you.
And Pine for Thought, as you're screaming and saying please, trust me, I'm with you. But beyond that, I turned them all down today too, so it could have been worse. But no, they're growing on me. It's pretty fun.
What if the noise makes you jump and you make a wrong cut? Thankfully, I'm not working on like cutting anything today. I'm just like doing a bunch of like little hand sewing, which thankfully there's not a whole lot that can go horribly wrong with hand sewing other than me sewing the wrong pieces together. But if we were to jump and make a wrong cut, then we cut her out again. The Shape of YouTube says, I boiled dogs. How big of a stock pot does that take? What kind of dogs?
Holy, what is that? That is crazy. Chill, bro.
Wow, wow, wow. Sky, thank you for the hat and mustache. I really appreciate it. Yeah, Sky's kind of like popping off and being insanely generous. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Jaxie, the Sea Corgi, says, my name's Jaxie, but you can call me Jax. I have a Sea Corgi Sona that's a Welsh Corgi and a Sea Otter hybrid.
That's
sick.
really cute.
Rad.
Dude, thank you for the cheering
All
crab.
the noise.
Thank you so much. That one got everyone. The cheering crab got everybody.
Kairu's been through this before. They're prepared. They know.
We got the DJ glasses.
Now, I will say I did put a little bit of work into some noises. Okay.
Yeah, some of them, we
Some
tried
of
for
them
like
were
the
pretty
more
good.
popular GIFs and stuff to like pick out relevant sounds the best we could.
We also have a corgi dragon in here.
Oh, that's so cool. I love corgis. When I went on a walk the other day, I went on a walk through the park, there was this little Jack Russell puppy that was so cute, and I got to pet him. It was so nice. I love petting other people's dogs. I don't think in the near future the moon comes through. Thank you so much for the meteor shower. That's awesome. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, they
You're so generous, guy. Holy cow. Thank you. You're wild. No, but I don't think in the near future I don't see myself like owning a dog, but I really love living vicariously through like other people's dogs. It is the best. I love petting dogs in public. Remember the dog when we stopped by
I
the
was
Ace
just gonna
Hardware?
bring that up.
That was awesome. That was such a snorty little dog. I don't know what it was. Some sort of snorty dog. Maybe like a bulldog of some kind. It was really cute. And we both kind of left and looked at each other because you're petting it and it's like slobbering. And it's like as it breathes. Thank you for the hat and mustache. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for the meerkat. That's so cute. I don't think I've seen the meerkat gift before. That's really cute.
Are there
No.
still limited time Minecraft themed gifts?
Yeah, there's some Minecraft theme gifts. I don't know if those are still there though. Ooh, oh, Esme
I
got
tried-
locked
I
out.
tried
Can you
to
get
put
that?
Some good memes. All right, let's go through some of these.
So very much. Really appreciate it.
Dirty Poison said, yeah, it's an art market, has a magical forest walkthrough type thing. I'm representing...
Did you want to review?
Do they look good?
They look sharp.
Then they're sharp. I trust you. Can I get my baby ones
I'm
back?
representing a local witchy shop. who's
And a
also
normal one,
allowing
please.
me to sell your, my furry stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yay!
cool. I hope you do very, very well in the market.
Gorge. Awesome. Yeah.
Through 4WK asks, hello, can you give me some advice on how you do leg padding? Greetings from Germany.
Advice on how to do what? Sorry.
Leg padding.
Leg padding. Oh gosh, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. I like utilizing muslin to make a like a form for the shape, and like drawing out the shape and taking into account like your measurements and everything, and drawing out a shape in 2D and just sewing two pieces of muslin together in the shape of that digigrade leg and utilizing that to help pattern out your leg. Down the line, it is my intention to do probably 2 classes on Patreon about like patterning out your like digigrade for your duct tape dummy and then building the padding for the duct tape dummy, because there are multiple different ways to like do the padding for them. And so I want to do a class that talks about the different ways padding is made, but it is pretty extensive, but I know there's really good tutorials on YouTube from other artists right now. Eldritch Blade says, bark, bark, bark. Do you have a website or a pricing guide for a head? We do. We are Spilt Grape. Whale. Thank you for the whale diving, Sky. We do have a website. It's spiltgrapesoda.com. And if you go to the pricing tab, you get to see the starting prices for all of our different suits, as well as there is a pricing calculator on there that you can adjust a bunch of different features to help estimate what the price of your project might cost. Whale. That's so funny. I didn't know that's the sound that you chose for the whale diving. That's so funny. I was like, what is that? Whale. I feel like we should definitely have a pizza party of some kind with all of these incredibly generous gifts from TikTok.
Yeah. I might even be able to look somewhere where I can do vegan
Right.
cheese and not just cheese.
Right? I want to see if there's like a spot around here that does vegan pizzas. So that way we can grab some for you.
Sorry I'm super late. No worries, Vasily. We're always glad to see you.
Everybody's apologizing for being late. It's okay. We're just happy you're here.
Oh, okay. Let me see if it says you're in the server, Emilio. I'll do that first.
There we go.
Check the file, see if it says you're in here.
Perfect. Huzzah! How long have you been working on the horned fursuit head? We've actually been working on it since October of last year, but it's been really... That is the lunk alarm.
That's not a donation, guys. I swear. That's
the break alarm. We've been working on it since like October, November of last year, but it's been a super, super slow roll because we've been utilizing it to like teach Patreon classes, and so we like work on it once a month. So that's been a slow roll on that one, but yeah, we've been working on that one for a little while.
You jazzed about a padding tutorial for me all? Yeah, awesome. That's really good to know. We are going to have our Patreon lessons down, not this month, but the following next 2 months for conventions and stuff like that while we're traveling. But if we get around to doing a padding tutorial, just check out our socials, come pop into the stream, and we'll let you know. And if you do ever miss a class, we sell them afterwards on Patreon separately.
And a lot of people benefit more from, instead of subscribing to the tier, just buying the classes every month. So they can like pick and choose exactly what classes are relevant to them as they're working. I love the black and yellow, us too.
There's so many comments.
Oh my gosh, that's cool though. I'm so glad that people are here and hanging out. What a great stream.
What do you use to line your heads?
We use a couple of different things, but we have started using recently something called suede headliner, as ironic as that is. And it's the material used to like, for like the top of cars, to like refinish the top of cars. And it's really deluxe. I really like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Pancake Squirrel, come share images of fursuit progress. Everybody's really, really nice typically in Discord, hypes each other up. If you have any questions,
everybody in the Discord is like so sweet.
Just watched so many TF2 videos, wonderful. Yeah, pizza party, pretty sick. Oh, you saw the job listing but was too young. Oh no. Well, definitely, it doesn't happen very often, but it's always good to keep your eyes peeled on that stuff. Who knows in the future?
I'm sad I have not gotten a hello yet. I'm sorry. I don't always pay super great attention to the chat, but we do our best. Hello, it's nice to see you. What's a quality of life feature that you think every fursuit should have added to it? I think adjustable straps are really, really handy. And then also a feature that we've started adding into our costumes is a really simple little step where your forehead is supposed to sit that keeps like the front of the suit and the eyes just like slightly away from your face, so you're not smushed up in your suit. I think that's really, really handy because it helps people with glasses feel more comfortable in their costume. And it also, people without glasses, it just gives you extra space from your face and your eyeballs to the eyeballs and like inside of your suit. So those two things I think are my favorite.
Gotta head off shortly. If anyone is interested, the new season of Love, Death, and Robots premieres tomorrow.
Oh,
sick.
That is awesome. Great news.
Thank you, Nerd Wizard.
I love Love, Death, and Robots. I did not know they were coming out with a new season.
Smilio says it's 3 a.m. What am I doing with my life? Oh, I feel you on that one. On a very spiritual level. Oh, yeah, there is a Forelli right down the street. And they have diet cheese.
Oh, I love Forelli's.
Nice. I appreciate the interesting questions, but we do not dive into some of those topics, my friend Kyra. But I appreciate you. There's a cool karaoke bar and vegan place in Portland. Oh, that sounds awesome. Karaoke bar, vegan pizza place.
I
Nice,
love
nice.
karaoke.
They also have Von vegan chicken wings. Nice.
Thoughts on realistic furries? How hard is it to make? I've never made a realistic suit, so I can't particularly speak to that, but I think realistic suits can be really cool. Do you have tips on how to refine a suit style? I know what I want it to look like, but I don't know how. Honestly, it's not a fun answer. It's just keep making suits, and eventually you don't find your style, I think. I think your style finds you. I definitely, as I was starting out suit making, I was struggling, and I'm like, I want a style, because I'm able to like look at other people's costumes and they have just something about them that's inherently iconic and recognizable. And it's like, man, I don't know how to do that for my suits. How do I do that for my suits? And I couldn't figure it out, right? It's like I couldn't come to something that felt right to me. And what ends up happening is you just end up falling into it and you get there on accident.
Lost Chaos said my headphones died. Now watching this at a really low volume. Definitely suggested if you because of that. There we go. Example proven. Enjoy.
Thank you so much for the cheering crowd.
That one was just for you, Lost Chaos.
That's so funny. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. That's so goofy. I wish that on my TikTok screen, the like information about who sent what gift wouldn't go away nearly as fast, because it disappears so fast, and I don't know how to get information on my screen that tells me like what's what. That's frustrating. But thank you for the crab. I really do appreciate it. How do you do the duct tape part? When I tried, the duct tape stuck to my foam. The key is moderately shitty duct tape. You don't want good duct tape. You want duct tape that like is sort of sticky, but like not really. I just buy kind of cheap garbage on Amazon, and I find that works great and doesn't tear my foam. Alternatively, if you do have a bunch of very sticky, very good duct tape, what you can choose to do is lay a layer of like, why is the name escaping me? Plastic wrap over the top of your foam base and prevent tearing that way. It just makes it a little tricky for taping, but you get it as you go.
Pine for thought. I have perished. Yeah. Pine's going through it for us right now.
Thank you for sticking to it, Pine. I do appreciate it.
Yeah, it can definitely be hard to get materials sometimes, but just save up, put a little bit to the side as much as you can, and then when you're able to, just get whatever you need and get practicing. Use packing tape for patterning personally. Much lighter on the hands and easy to cut.
Okay.
Nice.
I've tried a few different types of tape. I've tried masking tape. I've tried, I haven't tried packing tape. I've tried masking tape, which is really, really popular. And I've done duct tape as well. And it's like, I always end up circling back to duct tape. I just prefer it. Where would you recommend buying fur/material from? I think a lot of generic materials can be picked up on Amazon, like foam, thread, you know, that kind of stuff. But as far as like fur and fabrics go, I definitely recommend Big Z fabric and Howl fabric. I think they are really great. Howl fabric definitely is a little bit like higher quality. They're also a little bit more expensive. Big Z fabric has more colors and options available most of the time, and they tend to be a little bit cheaper, but I've also found that their options are a bit lower quality as well. Tell us about your Patreon tiers. Yeah, we have a Patreon, and we have a few different tier levels. Our most popular tier levels are our $5 tier, and I think it's $5. That feels right in my heart. And that's just our In the Loop tier, where you get updates once a week about our office, and we share pictures of what we're doing and all that jazz. The next tier that's really popular is our $15 tier, where I release a pattern once a month, which is really sick. And so you get a pattern delivered to your inbox every single month. And then our other tier that's, I think actually our, I don't know. It's either between our pattern tier and our Fursuit University tier that's our most popular. But our Fursuit University tier is our other very popular tier, and that is at the $50 a month price point. And we host live classes via Zoom once a month, talking about like a different fursuit making topic in detail. I make like a whole slideshow with pictures, and then a lot of the time I'll do a live demo at the end to showcase kind of just how some stuff works. But those are really, really good, especially if you're looking to learn about some more complicated fursuit making topics. I highly recommend those.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get Similio an invite, because he says he needs a direct invite. I don't want them to post their names in chat.
Can you guys put on some tails if you guys want to show us? I don't actually have any
What's your
tails to put
Discord
on at
username?
the moment,
And I'll add
unfortunately.
you.
And I'm also not wearing a belt. But I think we have some videos on our page with tails being worn if you want to check them out.
Yeah,
Can you
send us an
got
email
good
over
apps or
there.
sites to make a gallery of fursuit work? Oh God, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. I have a website guy that handles all of my website stuff. That is not something that I do. You guys hiring? I want some pizza. Unfortunately, we actually just hired, fortunately, or unfortunately for you, fortunately for me, we ended up just hiring a new staff member, which is really exciting. How long does it take to make a suit? That's a really good question. Full suits, I feel like it's just too broad because there's so much, like, there's different levels of complexity that just involve so much more time. But with partials, then that's head, hands, tail for the most part. Take anywhere from 250 to 300 total work hours to finish. Depends on the complexity of the project.
Start with a T. How do you deal with demotivation?
Honestly, it's really different, I think, for us than it is for like the more like hobbyist level suit maker, where it's not like their full-time job or anything. It's like for all of us, this is like our job. This is like our only job. And if we don't get work done, we don't pay our bills. And that's true for them because they're hourly. But like as the owner of the company, if we don't get work done, if I don't get work done, not only can I not pay my bills, but I can't pay my staff and their bills. And so it's like, if I don't lock the fuck in and have that grind set mindset, then I'm not just hurting myself anymore. I'm also hurting everyone that I employ, which would be really shitty of me. So that is a primary motivating factor. And then also just like keeping it fresh, keeping it like new in the office. Another fun thing that we get to do because we are a group of people is we all have found things within the office that are our particular niches that we really enjoy doing. And I've allowed my staff to pursue what they're passionate about within the office and create new like roles and new things to do based on like what they want to do and what they feel passionate about. Like Dylan, for example, wanted to like edit videos. And so I said, well, what the heck? Let's make a YouTube channel and let's start doing stuff on YouTube. And so we started our YouTube videos mostly because we want patterns and stuff, but also a lot because Dylan wanted to edit videos. That was something that was really important to him. And so we kind of open up and create roles within the company that work with what our staff is passionate about. And when you come into the office every day, excited about what you get to do, and coming to work is no longer like a mindset of like, I have to go to work, but it's a I get to go to work kind of mindset, like shift. It's a lot easier to kind of come in and get grinding every day and enjoy your time here. I find it hard to lose motivation oftentimes.
Trying to make sure that I'm giving you all the right invites.
Do you sell your stuff? We do, yes. These suits that we're working on right now will be for sale at Stratosphere and Anthrocon, which is super exciting. What parts of the head pieces would you hand sew versus machine sew? That's a really, really great question. So things like the neck, things like the ears, those things are going to be machine sewn parts, so like tails and hand paws and feet paws and body suits. Those things are going to be machine sewn. The only things we really hand sew, other than ladder stitching, like when we flip tails right side out, the only thing we really hand sew is the entirety of the fronts of our faces, because when you're making fursuit faces, you have to be really, really accurate, like to a millimeter, like a couple of millimeters level accurate with your stuff. And on top of that, with hand sewing giving the highest level of accuracy and control over what you're doing, I've also found that when you're hand sewing, you can make your seams really nice and small, which kind of mitigates their visibility when you go and glue down the head and shave stuff down. So I found that hand sewing the faces in particular really helps with that seamless look. And so we hand sew all of our faces. It's definitely more time consuming. I have machine sewed faces in the past and I just don't like the results as much. And so I definitely prefer to hand sew faces because it just looks better. And I'd rather produce one really, really nice suit than like 3 shitty suits because I did them faster. What if you don't have a sewing machine? I absolutely made my first handful of suits completely hand sewn. You don't need a sewing machine to make fursuits, though I will say you do need a sewing machine to make and sell fursuits and be profitable. The amount of time that it would take to hand sew an entire project just isn't real when it comes to pricing your work hourly. Is the black and white and yellow fursuit a commission? No, it is a pre-made. It's going to be for sale at Stratosphere in June.
Alright, is the link working for everyone that wanted a link?
Ooh, I'm going to be making my first pause. Any recommendations or tips? I have so many recommendations and tips in our tutorial videos for our paw patterns on YouTube. I don't know if you mean hand paws or feet paws, but I have videos about both of those things. And even if you are not planning on utilizing our pattern, I think all of the info that I give about assembly and applique in those videos would be super duper handy for you. End of that thread.
Love the Discord community 10 out of 10. Thank you, Pancake Squirrel. It's even better now that you're there.
Why do you guys do the back and the ears first and the neck? Honestly, I just prefer it that way. You can certainly do the neck last and the face first. You can really do whatever you want, but when it comes to assembly, I definitely prefer to glue down the ears before I glue down the face, but I've done it both ways. And if you prefer it a different way, honestly, whatever floats your boat and calls you captain. That's just kind of how we end up organizing stuff, because the ears and the neck is just, with how we do things, it's easier to prep the patterns for the ears and the neck. The face, we prep a little bit differently. We take all the duct tape pieces off, transfer them to cardstock, and create cardstock patterns of them because they are easier to trace. And like I said a little bit earlier, the face pieces for accuracy have a very, very small margin of error of like a couple of millimeters to remain really, really accurate. And so in order to create the most accurate and symmetrical tracings of our patterns possible, we transfer all of the frontal face pieces to cardstock, whereas with stuff like the neck and the ears, they have a bit of a larger margin of error because they're larger items that are going to remain like a bit longer, like fur pile wise. And so our margin of error for those is a little bit bigger, and we can totally get away with utilizing duct tape and having a few centimeters of a margin of error with tracing those, because duct tape is just a little bit more difficult to trace. So yeah, we have the less prep work with the neck and the ears. And so while I am working on preparing the face pieces, which usually takes me, probably 4 hours, 5 hours, depending on the complexity of the project, to like fully prep those face pieces. While I'm doing that kind of stuff, the rest of the team will be working on cutting out the neck pieces and clipping them and sewing them and stuff, and same with the ear pieces. I get all the patterns prepped for them. I get them traced and designed and then cut off and then flattened out. But once I get the duct tape pattern pieces like all flat and ready and I have them laid out, then the team can come in and get them and sew them up, or yeah, cut them out, sew them up, all that jazz. And I am the one who handles the forward face for the most part, because that is the most tedious, detail-oriented aspect. Do you make Therian masks? Not at the moment, but we have some back burner plans we've been working on with some Therian stuff that I'm not quite ready to announce yet, but do know that we are working on some things for Therians. Ooh, we've got only 8 minutes left of our stream, and then we're done for the day.
Yeah, it's been going so fast.
That's crazy, crazy.
Oh, don't worry, Pancake Squirrel. It's great to have active chatters and people hanging out, having a good time. And thank you for enjoying the stream. Kairu says, I just finished my first hand paws this week. Very happy with how they came out. They're not falling apart, nor are they full of holes. Big appreciation for the inspiration for you guys again.
Heck yeah.
Thank you.
Always happy to help. I like the demon dog. Us too. We're super happy with how it came together. We got to try a lot of super fun stuff with it. Hi, Lunar Moon. Welcome to the party. You've caught us at the tail end of our party. Our stream ends at 30 past the hour.
Do you just stream on YouTube, Pancake Squirrel, or do you stream anywhere else either? I'm glad YouTube has stepped up their streaming stuff so much over the last few years. I enjoy it.
I've been tracing lines onto my fur for my paws, and the fur's in the wrong direction. Dylan, is there a story that you'd like to share about tracing stuff in the wrong direction?
Yeah, dude. When we first got this office, I was having a rough day.
It was already a bad day.
It was a bad day. And I traced out like 80 toes in the wrong direction. Not really paying attention. I had a lot going on, okay? And then cut out probably, 20 to 40 of them. And then I was like,
oh no.
And then I went home.
You could have just like stared at him for a while, because that whole process, probably took 3 or 4 hours. And he just kind of looked at him, realized that all the ones that he cut out were garbage, and then the rest was fabric that was almost ruined. And I was like, Dylan, do you want to go home? Do you want to go home for the day? And he went, yeah. And then he left. Oh, well, I think maybe our live, oops, nope, hang on. Oh, I just got low battery mode active. There we go. Oops, forgot to plug my shit in.
Clean, so ready to leave this on in the background. Oh no. Well, thank you so much for popping in, though. Super appreciated. And definitely come catch us next Wednesday.
Yeah, we're live every Wednesday.
2:30 to 4:30. If you're watching on TikTok, head on over to YouTube and Twitch. Definitely subscribe and follow, or whatever the terminology is on either platform. And if you're not watching on TikTok, go follow on TikTok if you haven't done that. Try to post plenty of content. Got some new stuff cooking up in the background as well. So, but it'll just be hard to work on stuff outside of the things that we already do because we're so busy. Yeah, it was rough. That's a lot of toes, dude. Be back next Wednesday, don't worry. Well, we appreciate you. It's our pleasure to have you stop by. For sure. Y'all make Wednesday feel hopeful. I'm glad we can do that.
I think it's so cool, like, how many people, like, look forward to our streams every week.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
That's, like, so sick to me.
Definitely one of the best parts about getting to travel around for conventions is meeting all the people from that pop in the live streams. People come up, they're very nice.
Yeah. I love when people come up and they're like, I'm so-and-so from the live stream. It's like, oh my God. You're real.
You're not a bot.
You're not a bot. You're real. Where's Dylan streaming? Dylan has the chat for YouTube and Twitch, but all that is, it's about the same camera as TikTok, just wider.
Wider, and then I'll reply to your messages. We can hang out.
Dylan is pretty cool.
Talk smack about Liz in the chat. They'll never know.
That's true. I can't see that chat. You can talk smack about me over there.
I'm always doing that.
Dylan, who's your favorite chat stream today?
YouTube's been super active, so I'm going to say YouTube's my favorite chat today.
Shout out to Dylan's favorite chat today. It's YouTube.
It's a competition every time, so I always
Actually, dude, it's hard. Like, YouTube's been incredibly active, but we also have, like, Pine for Thought, some other really cool people over on Twitch, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's tough. I feel like YouTube and Twitch have kind of just become one.
It's a collective item.
Yeah. Ooh, if I say restream, does that count? And then it's just both.
All the streams are my favorite stream.
Controversial take. I like everyone.
Damn, crazy. So brave.
So brave, so strong. Standing up for the all guys.
All right, there we go.
Sarah, I just don't think I understand this question. Do you want to come look at this real quick?
Sure.
I don't know if, like, I'm not doing it right. Oh, sorry.
My circumference, I'm thinking that is the circumference of your noggin. So do I add 3 and it equates to 24? I use 1-inch foam for a bucket. It's really going to depend more so on like the size of your base, how deeply your base is carved in. That's going to determine like how big you make the back of your head. And it also depends on the fit that you want. It's like, do you want a perfect glove fit? Then you're probably going to want to get closer to the actual circumference of your head. If you want a looser fit, then add more space. Definitely, it's easier to take foam off and make it smaller than add foam in and make it bigger. I would start with bigger and then do some test fits, try it on, and then shrink it down to what feels comfortable for you.
Honestly, YouTube's being active, so we must surrender to number 1. Although you guys were active at the beginning of this. Twitch was definitely more active at the beginning. And there's a lot of like, you know, the OGs, and some really cool people over there. So it's hard to say. Hard to say. All right, guys, that's 4:30. That's it.
Wow, the
That's
bewitching
show.
hour.
Really felt like it
What
went
a great
by super
stream.
fast
What a
today.
quick
Yeah.
passing stream. How
Thanks,
fun.
everyone, for being so active. It definitely makes these streams a lot easier for us.
Yes.
And a lot more engaging and active when you guys engage with us and are active.
We can only talk to ourselves so much.
And we can only ask the same 3 questions.
Right.
It's tough.
Thank you so
It's
much
tough.
for being here. We will be back live next week. We are live every Wednesday from 2:30 to 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Twitch, TikTok, and YouTube. And on all of these platforms, you can find us under the name Spilt Grape Soda. We'll see you next time. Mwah. Be
Thank
good.
you,
Tell your
everyone.
mom you love her.
Have a